Yo people, Draykke here again with another Minecraft tutorial, and today I introduce to you a lottery ticket machine. It's kind of going off the same concept as my slot machine last week. I'm just been kind of in a gambling slash casino kick recently, so I figured I would go ahead and release this system out on YouTube as well. So basically, to give you a little rundown before I demonstrate it, the user will press this payment button once they have their currency inside, and just as with the slot machine, it will only accept one kind of currency and one kind only. For the tutorial, once again, I'm using casino chips, so it will take one casino chip and will give me one lottery ticket in exchange. And I will go ahead and show you that to give you a little rundown. So as you can see, there's no tickets in this ticket retrieval box. When you press the button, it will take one of the currency. As you can see, there's 35 now. And there's your lottery ticket. And then once you have your lottery ticket, the player can go ahead and throw it over here in this ticket deposit. The system will check to see if it's won or not. If it didn't win, it will put it back into the reserve, the storage facility or whatever for these tickets. If it did win, it will go through the system, get deposited in a separate chest, and then the player will be issued a prize up here in this box. As you can see, there's nothing up here, and also these lights will flash on if the player has won. So I'm going to go ahead and take that ticket we got and throw it in. It's of course not a winner because I have the winning ticket in my hand just for the sake of the tutorial, but if you can throw it in, you can see nothing happens. They don't get issued a prize or anything like that. But if you take the winning ticket, and this is the winning ticket for today, deposit it in, these lights will flash on, and you are issued a prize. Pretty decadent prize, I must admit. So give you a little rundown about what you're going up against. This is basically the system. It's like not the most compact in the world, but you need every piece of redstone here to make it work. It's just part of each system, and usually as I do in my tutorial, I'll break it down as simple as I possibly can. One of the coolest things about this system is it can be completely hidden, so there's no visible redstone, but the coolest part about it is it will swap out the winning ticket every day at midnight. So there's a winning ticket issued, and then there's also the one put in the item sorter machine. And then each day at midnight, those tickets will be swapped out for separate tickets, so the tickets change every day. And the really cool part about it is it's restocking. So when a player throws in a ticket that doesn't win, it will just go right back in the storage unit, and that way the odds of them winning will stay the same no matter what, and you don't have to worry about constantly refilling it over and over again. The only thing you have to worry about refilling is the winning tickets, which go in this chest here, and we will cover that as the tutorial goes on. Okay, so these are the items that you will need to build the exact system that I just demonstrated in the beginning of the video. So you need roughly between 2 stacks of whatever kind of building block you want to. I'm just using blocks of iron for this because it's easy to see in the desert. You would also need 23 redstone, 22 redstone repeaters, 24 redstone torches, 4 redstone comparators, 4 redstone lamps, 26 hoppers, 10 droppers, 1 daylight sensor, 2 sticky pistons, 1 block of redstone, 1 trap chest, 9 regular chests, and then either 3 glowstone or 3 stairs of your choice, whichever one, it doesn't matter. And then if you want to, you can also grab some signs to help kind of label things and give you an idea of where stuff's going as we build this system. In addition to those items, you will also need the following items. You'll need 42 blocks to act as your fillers for inside the hoppers. Now basically, you can use whatever you want. They don't have to be named. For the tutorial, I just grabbed some gray wool and named it into filler, because I could, but if you want to, you can use it whatever you want, cobblestone even, just so long as it never enters your system. Then also you'll need a currency type. Once again, this can be whatever you want. This is one of the great things about the system, is you can customize it and make the payment whatever you want the payment to be. I'm just using casino chips, just like I did in my slot machine tutorial, so whatever you choose is up to you. You can even make it diamonds if you wanted to. And then next, you're going to need some filler tickets. Now, the amount of these tickets that you make determines the probability of the player winning. The more tickets that you have made like this, copies, the less likely it is for the player to win. So you can make the odds however you want them. That's completely up to you. For the sake of this tutorial, I'm using like less than a stack, I believe, of filler items. Let me see, I got... yeah, 7 stacks of 9. So it is less than a stack. You just want to take whatever kind of material you want. I'm using paper because it looks like lottery tickets, and then you just name them with numbers like so. And then aside from that, the only other thing you will need is your winning tickets. So you'll need a copy of 2 of each one of these winning tickets. As you can see, they're labeled just like these ones up here, except there's no other replicas. These are the only ones of it. And you'll need 2 of each because one is going to go in the hopper slot sorting machine, I guess if that's what you want to call it, and the other one is going to go inside the dropper that we will get onto later. And so if the player, out of for chances, get lucky, it'll draw that ticket, and then he can put the ticket in the system, and it will check it, see if it won. If it did, it will give him a prize. If not, it will just put it back inside the dropper. But you will need at least 2 winning tickets of each type to go in a chest, which we will be addressing very soon. Okay, so let's get to building this thing. First you want to figure out where you're going to put the front panel at. And by that I mean this front section with all of the chests, because we're going to start with building that. It's the easiest thing to go off of, and it's really nice for later on in the system, so you know where everything links up to it. So find out where we're going to put that. I'm going to start mine right here for the left corner, and the overall design is 9 blocks long by 4 blocks high, so I'm just going to do it layer by layer, stacking it up. So here in the corner, you're going to place a regular block, then you're going to place a chest, place 2 blocks, place a trapped chest, 2 blocks, place a regular chest, and then a block. Now place a block above this one, with your glowstone or stairs, whatever you're using. Place 2 blocks, place a regular chest above the trap chest, place 1 block, place your redstone lamp on either side, and then place a glowstone above this chest. Now skip up 1 block, place blocks going all the way across, except for above this chest, you're going to place a piece of glowstone, and then seal it all the way across. And now up here on top, you're going to place your 2 redstone lamps on either side of the glowstone like that, and then just seal it all off. So this will be your panel, and if you want to, you can go ahead and mark these chests. I will do that outside of the video, outside of the recording, but you know, this is going to be right here is a payment system. This will be where you pick up your ticket, this will be the deposit, and this will be where you get your payment if you won. Okay, so as you may have noticed, I've went ahead and labeled each one of the chests as I said I would do during a jump cut. So this one here is your payment chest. They will drop off their payment. This is where they will pick up their ticket. This is where they will deposit their ticket for the system to check. And then this is where they will pick up their prize if they won. And as you may have noticed, I've went ahead and dug out a trench. Now, there's no exact dimensions for this trench or whatever. Just make sure you have enough room to work. I would recommend a minimum of at least 13 long by 15 wide, and this is all underneath the system, so you should have 4 blocks here and then 9 blocks extending back. So that's how the system should be set up. It can be larger or smaller, just depending on how good you are with working in cramped spaces, but this is really the size that I recommend working with. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. Let's start working on the payment system first. We're just going to try to take this step by step, system through system, to kind of break it down, make it a little bit easier to understand and not so much at once. So starting here beside this payment chest to the right of it, you're going to place your stone button. Then you're going to come around the back side, you're going to place a block jutting down just like this, and then place a repeater coming off of that block on full delay. Now underneath that repeater here, you're going to place a sticky piston facing upward with a block on top, place a block on the side, with a repeater on full delay, place a block in front of that repeater like so, and then place another block coming around the side with a repeater on full delay. Now this part is just for cosmetics, it's just for the redstone lamps to glow whenever you put in the payment, but I think it adds a nice touch. So then here on this block, right opposite of this, well, what would be the furthermost left redstone lamp, you're going to place a redstone dust, place a block on top of it just like this, place a torch on the back side, place a block on top, place a torch going inwards just like this, with a block, and a line of redstone dust facing into that block. Now if you come underneath the system, you can place a sticky piston facing downward, with a block of redstone just like this. Now place 2 hoppers going straight downwards, and then you're going to place 1 facing outward, but I need to first adjust it. So it needs to be like this, and then you can place in your chest, and this will be where you pick up your payment later on, whenever they actually pay to buy a ticket. So once that's in place, you can go ahead and put 2 blocks coming off of this hopper right here. And you're going to place them just in this shape. Place a comparator coming outward with 2 lines of redstone dust, so they will drop down 1. And place a repeater facing outward like this, with a redstone torch in front of that repeater, and a block on top of that redstone torch. Okay, so now take 21 of your filler items, whatever you have you're using, and drag it inside this bottommost hopper just like this. Actually, not like that, like this rather. So it should be 5, 5, 5, and 6 with a blank spot in the beginning. And then inside that blank spot, you're going to put whatever currency that you have selected for your system. As I mentioned before, I'm using gold nuggets. I've renamed to casino chips, but you could use whatever you want. Diamonds, maybe you're getting paid with paper. I have no idea, but whatever you want, you put in that first slot, and then have your filler items taking up the rest of the slots. Okay, so next we're going to put in the dropper elevator associated with this bottom chest here where you will pick up your ticket. Now this is very important because this is where you're going to receive your ticket from, and so it has to be linked up perfectly with the payment system. Now we're going to start out by first placing your droppers down below in a straight line going up underneath your ticket chest. So there should be, I believe to be 4 droppers, yes that's correct, and then place your blocks going around in a ring just like this. And then place a comparator facing outward, with a block in the corner, a redstone repeater facing this way, a block in front, a redstone repeater, a block in front, and another redstone repeater going into the bottommost dropper. Now here on top, you're going to place a torch with a block on top, a torch facing inward, with a block on top of that torch. And this is why you need the trap chest. I've already explained this in my dropper elevator tutorial. There will be an annotation on the screen, so I'm not going to go over why you need that to be, but it is as it is, so I highly recommend checking out that video. Okay, so next we're just going to link up the payment system. It's a very, very short amount of redstone. So here on the bottommost side of this dropper elevator on the back side, you're going to place a hopper going into the bottom dropper just like this, with your chest, or I'm sorry, not chest, a dropper right here facing outward. And I will explain why this is a dropper later on. For right now, just know that's how it has to be. And then coming off of this block here from your payment system, you're going to place a piece of redstone dust. You're going to place 2 repeaters going this way, going into a block, and underneath this hopper, you're going to place a redstone torch, and then you're going to place a redstone dust on top of that block. Okay, next you're going to come to the right side of the design where your ticket deposit chest is at. You're going to place a a hopper facing straight down like this, and then you're going to place another hopper facing out this way, towards the back part of the machine. Then you're going to place a hopper going straight down into this dropper, and then place 3 droppers going into it just like that. And now down here you're going to place another hopper going out this way, and then place another one underneath it facing the same direction. And in front of that one you're going to place a regular chest, so it should look like this. And now here above, you're going to place a regular chest above this hopper, and then a trap chest right beside it on this hopper. Okay, now we're going to hook up the item sorter for what we just put in. So coming off this bottommost hopper here, you're going to place 2 blocks coming out just like this, then place another block down here. And it's the same exact design that we had over there for the payment chest. You're just replicating it going this direction instead. So then place a comparator facing outward, 2 pieces of redstone dust in front, a redstone repeater, with a redstone torch underneath. And the only difference between this system and the other one is that this redstone torch is directly underneath this hopper instead of having the block on top as the other one did. Okay, now grab 21 more of your filler items, go to this middlemost hopper here, and spread it around just like you did before. Make sure to leave the first slot open. That's very important for this system. There could be nothing there. So it should be blank, 5, 5, 5, and 6 of your filler items in this middlemost hopper of this item sorter machine. Okay, so now we're going to put in the dropper elevator associated with the prize portion of the system. So you want to come 1 block in front of this dropper that we just placed, which will hold our tickets later on. You want to skip 1 block, and you want to place a chest just parallel to it like this, directly across from it. And then you want to place your droppers sticking straight up. There should be 5 in a line, like this, and then you'll erase the bottom one. Below this chest, you're going to place a hopper going into this dropper. And hang on 1 second, I need to toggle downfall. Okay, so you should have your 5 going up in a straight line just like this. I need to add 1 more. And then place your 4 hoppers coming into that chest above these droppers. Now down here, you're going to place the same ring that we put over on the other side. You're just going to make a little square going around just like this. Out of this corner, you're going to place your comparator with your block, your repeater, block, repeater, block, and repeater. And then on top of this block here, you're going to place a redstone torch, a block, a redstone torch facing towards the droppers, a torch coming outwards on the side over above this repeater here. Place another block above that repeater. Place a torch in the side, a block on top of it, and then place a torch in the side facing inwards towards this topmost dropper. And then here you can go ahead and place a block because we will get to that in just a second. Okay, so now on top of this block that we just placed, you're going to place another redstone torch with a block on top. And then over here with these redstone lamps, you're going to place blocks just like this, covering them up in the back. And let me put another one there. Just like this. And then place a repeater going towards the right side of the machine if you were looking at it like this. And then place two blocks, going across just like this, with a torch on the side of this one facing inward, and a redstone repeater going into this block. Okay, so now we're going to start working on the daylight sensor portion of the design. So coming off of this item sorter here, underneath your ticket deposit chest, you're going to have a redstone repeater coming off of the dust just like this. And then have a block in front of it, with 3 pieces of redstone dust making an L shape. And then place a repeater, with a block in front of that repeater. And then on the side of that block, underneath the hopper, you're going to place a redstone torch, and then a piece of redstone dust on top of that block, so the entire shape should look like this. Okay, next we're going to put in the actual daylight sensor system itself. So to start it, we're going to put 3 blocks facing outward, just like this, right where you placed that last block in the video. and then you're going to place another block here. You're going to place a piece of redstone dust between those two blocks with a daylight sensor on top of it. Place a redstone torch in a side, a piece of redstone dust, and a comparator going into this block here. And then place 2 redstone torches just like this, with a piece of redstone going in between them, and then a torch underneath that redstone dust facing outwards this way. Okay, so now in front of that torch that you just placed, you're going to place another repeater facing out just like this. Place 3 pieces of redstone dust in an L shape like that. Then place a repeater going backwards, and then place a repeater going into this block that is underneath this item sorter machine. Okay, next you're going to place 6 hoppers coming out of each of these 2 chests that we placed towards the beginning of the video. So you're going to place 3 hoppers facing outwards just like this, and 3 hoppers facing outward just like this. And then on top of these last 2 hoppers, you're going to place a chest like that. Okay, now down here in front of this repeater that we placed with this system, you're going to place a block in front of it with a redstone torch on top, a block on top of it with a redstone torch, and then off of that redstone torch, you're going to place a repeater with a block in front of it, and a redstone torch going underneath this hopper here. Okay, now building off of that same design, you're going to place a piece of redstone dust on top of that block. You're going to place 2 blocks coming outwards just like this, with a piece of redstone dust, a repeater, a block in front of that repeater with a piece of redstone dust on top, and then a redstone torch underneath that hopper. And this is very important. You need to make sure to put a block going between these lines, that way it separates. So there should be a line here and a pile of redstone dust up here. Alright, so before we test it out, we just need to do a couple final little last minute touches to make the system actually work the first time a user will use it. Underneath the left side here where this payment chest is at, you want to place a block right beside this hopper with a piece of redstone dust. And that is very important. It helps with the timing of things, and so it'll only pull out 1 item of whatever currency type it is. And then next you want to come down here to your dropper and fill it up with all of your stacks of tickets that I had you make in the beginning. Now, however many you put in here is up to you. Just know that the more that is located in this chest, the lower the odds the player will win. Right now I have underneath a stack of tickets, so the chances of winning, I believe, are 1 to 63 with what I'm doing right here, and I found it's actually pretty frequent with my testing. So whatever you use is up to you. You can increase or decrease the odds to your suiting. I'm just using this as an example. And then next you want to take your winning tickets. For the tutorial I just have 5 stacks of 2, and you want to make sure to put 1 inside the dropper, and then put 1 inside this item sorter over here in this blank spot. And make sure it is of the same ticket. And then now, underneath these hoppers above here with this chest that we stored into, you want to take 1 ticket and put it in one side, and take the identical and put it in the other side. So it should be in each hopper. And then the other tickets you can just throw inside this double chest and store them in here for safekeeping. The last touch you have to do is take 1 of your prizes that you have in this chest. I'm using ice. I'm just going to take 1 of them and put them down below inside this hopper below this. And then over here, you want to make sure to take out 1 of your tickets and put it in the hopper down here. Now, it's very weird behavior. It's just the way that Minecraft works. If there is not an item in one of the hoppers, then basically, even if a player wins, it will not give them the prize and it will not initiate it or give them their ticket. I'm not sure why. It's just Minecraft timing. But if you do all of that correctly, then the machine will work as it should. Okay, so now after that, there is no more maintenance you have to do. The only thing that you will have to do with this system is just keep track of the winning tickets located here, and maybe eventually just maintain the dropper down there after so many uses. It's very low maintenance after that. That is the only problem with getting it started, is getting things placed in the hoppers correctly. So we might as well go ahead and give it a try now and make sure it's working. I got 60 casino chips in here, so when I press this button, it will remove 1 of them, leaving 59, and then it will give me 1 lottery ticket in exchange. And there we go. Had to double click it because I had the chest open. My bad. Okay, so we got 7, 8, 9. I do believe that is a failure. It's not a winning ticket, but we'll throw it in anyways just to check. No, it did not win. So to prove that you can win with this system, I will grab the winning ticket out of this dropper. Let me see here. It's probably in a hopper down below. Yes, it is. So 1083 is our winning ticket. You just bring it over here, and I'm going to throw it in to demonstrate what happens when you do win. So these lights will flash on. We will be issued our prize. And there we go. So that's basically the whole system. The rest of the video is just going to be an explanation going over each one of the systems in the overall design, explaining how each one of them works and how it's as it is. Alrighty, so we might as well just go ahead and start from the ground up with this, just as we build it. So I will start with the payment system. Now this is the same payment system that I used in my slot machine tutorial, if you haven't already seen it. Basically, since this piston is here, it restricts the pulse to just 1 little quick pulse, so that it will send the signal up activate this piston very quickly, which will bring down this redstone block and then bring it back up. It's just enough time to allow one item from the chest to go through these hoppers all the way down to the item sorter. If it is the correct item, then it will go inside the chest and will send out a redstone signal. If it is not, then the item will be thrown into this item hopper up here and allowed to go no further. So if a user tries to put in anything else other than the currency you have established, it will end up in this hopper. So it's worth mentioning you might need to clean that out if players are trying to scam the system or whatever, but that shouldn't be a problem if you're on a server with people you know and you're all friends on there and whatnot. So basically from there, the signal is just carried over from this block here. It will unlock this hopper, which will allow one ticket to move from this dropper into the dropper elevator, and I've already explained my dropper elevator a billion times. There's already a tutorial video on it if you want to check it out, but basically it will immediately dispense the item all the way up to the top into this chest, so then they can pick up their ticket. From there, they throw their ticket into this chest. It will go through this series of hoppers, which will basically screen it out and tell whether or not it is the right ticket. It's the same concept as over there. It's an item sorter system, as we've already established here. So it will basically test to see if the ticket is a winning ticket or not. If it is winning, then it will go through this hopper and be put into this chest here. At that same time, though, it will send out a redstone signal, which will unlock this hopper, which will put one of the prize items into the dropper elevator all the way up, and it will have the same exact thing. It will just dispense it all the way up until the top here, and then it will be deposited into your prize chest. It's the same exact dropper elevator as here. It's just kind of mirrored around, and the redstone's changed a little bit. And then from there, the signal is just carried over to the redstone lamps to indicate that you've actually won with it. From there, we just have to worry about the daylight sensor part of the wiring. So basically, this design was by Pure Salvation 17, I do believe is his name. I've already credited him once in one of my other videos, but I do recommend you check it out, for he is the creator of this little design. Basically, at around time 22,300 in Minecraft, this will send out a very short pulse. And I can even demonstrate that at the end of the video to show how it works. But just know that that pulse will be carried over, will quickly unlock this hopper located here, so it will allow this ticket to be pushed down into this chest. That is the winning ticket that's already established. At that same time, the signal is also carried over to this little stack of redstone torches over here, which will unlock both of these hoppers momentarily. Now, the way the redstone works with these hoppers is it will only allow one item to go from that hopper into another one and allow one item to come back into this hopper, which is exactly what we want. So basically, the tickets that are in these hoppers will move into these ones, be funneled all the way over, and put down into here. And as the beginning of the video, I stated that you should have an identical of each one of the tickets in each hopper. Now, the reason for that is because you want them to be divided up evenly, because one of those tickets is going to go into here and be shot straight down into the item sorter, and that will be your ticket to be established, and the other one will go over into the dropper here, which houses all of our winning tickets, or losing tickets, but will house the winning ticket. So that's exactly what we want. So basically, what this means is every Minecraft day at around midnight, the tickets will be swapped out and replaced, so that each day the tickets change and it's not the same ticket each day. It's kind of just like a little cosmetic thing more than anything, because, users ain't going to know what ticket's winning or not, but still, it's a nice little concept to have. That's pretty much it. That's an explanation of each one. If you're convenient with, or not convenient, but knowledgeable about Redstone, then you can pretty much understand all the other systems with this and the Redstone wiring that's going on. These chests are here. These could be replaced with hoppers, but to save some resources, you might as well just throw in some chests there because it saves a lot of iron. So that's pretty much it, guys. That's the whole video. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please remember to drop a like down below. If you really liked it, press that subscribe button, favorite, share, all of that good stuff. Thank you, guys, and I'll see you next time.